AI versus Toddlers, 5 Ways Machines Learn Like Humans, and Why It Matters, a mini-book by Solara A. Ali. Introduction. Welcome to the sandbox of life. If you've ever seen a toddler gleefully mash spaghetti into an iPad while yelling, "Cookie!" at Alexa, congrats, you've witnessed the singularity in all its sticky glory. And if you've ever sparred with ChatGPT until it boldly claimed the capital of France is Croissant, you've savored the same delightful digital chaos. We're living in an era where machines are picking up human tricks, while humans are lagging behind in fact-checking. Between the juice box and the algorithm, something truly wild is brewing. This mini-book is your go-to guide, not for wrangling toddlers or crafting AI, but for diving into the bizarrely close, somewhat terrifying, and often comedic parallels between these two worlds, and what they reveal about us. You're not here for fluff. You're here because you sense there's something deeper at play, and you're absolutely right. So, strap in as we explore 5 brutal truths about how toddlers and AI both bumble, learn, mimic, fail, and occasionally blow our minds. Let's kick things off with snack time. Chapter 1. Data equals candy. Why both toddlers and AI will gorge on trash if you let them. You hand a toddler a juice pouch and a phone. Come back 2 minutes later, and they've somehow opened 37 tabs, FaceTimed your boss, and subscribed to a channel called Slime Girl ASMR. Same toddler, new data diet, and not 1 calorie of it is useful. Now, take AI. You feed it terabytes of the internet, and it spits out wisdom like, according to Reddit, the moon is a projection and birds are surveillance drones. Ah yes, intelligence. Here's the truth. AI doesn't want quality data. It wants more. Same with kids. It's not about understanding, it's about ingestion. And if the input is garbage, the output is weirder than a toddler with a crayon and zero supervision. Let's be clear. Toddlers don't know what broccoli is. AI doesn't know what truth is. They both trust you to curate the buffet. And if you don't, they'll happily devour misinformation like it's a cupcake with sprinkles. Why it matters? What we feed matters more than how much we feed. Data isn't neutral, neither is YouTube Kids. If we don't watch the menu, we'll end up raising both toddlers and tech that think Peppa Pig invented gravity. Chapter 2, Trial and Error, and Error, and Error. Or, oops, is a feature, not a bug. Remember when a toddler calls every animal, dog, dog, a horse, dog, a lion, big dog, a cat, angry dog. Welcome to categorical chaos. This is how the human brain figures things out. Wild guesses, constant corrections, and the occasional faceplant. Now meet AI. Same deal. Ask it to summarize a medical paper, and it might throw in a quote from a fictional researcher named Dr. Unicorn Smith. Why? Because it's doing the toddler thing. Is this close enough? Did I get it right? No. Okay, try again. Trial and error is not just tolerated in machine learning. It's the whole dang point. The goal isn't perfection. It's pattern recognition with enough failure to learn where the guardrails are. But don't be fooled. Just like a kid will eat glue multiple times before realizing it's not yogurt, an AI will hallucinate confidently until someone tells it it's wrong. Why it matters? Mistakes are how systems learn, but unchecked mistakes become culture. If we stop correcting either one, AI or children, they start assuming the nonsense is the truth. And that's how we get flat earth TikToks, or self-driving cars that think pedestrians are traffic cones. Chapter 3. No common sense. When logic takes a vacation and reality pays the price. Tell a 4-year-old, don't put metal in the microwave. And 5 minutes later they're heating up a fork to see if it glows. Now tell ChatGPT, I weigh more than my brother. My brother weighs more than my cousin. Who is the heaviest? And get this gem, that depends on the density of your cousin. What? Here's the kicker. AI doesn't have intuition. It has stats. It knows what words tend to follow other words, not what they mean. Same with toddlers. They've heard the phrase, don't talk to strangers, but will still tell a random guy at the bus stop their mom's credit card number and their poop schedule. Why it matters? Common sense isn't common. And in both humans and machines, it's trained, not built in. So if we want AI that thinks before it speaks, or kids that don't light the curtains on fire, we better invest in context, not just correction. Chapter 4. Copying Bad Habits. Because toddlers mimic your attitude, and AI mirrors your internet history. You stub your toe and scream, damn it, why is this coffee table always here? Next day your toddler yells the same thing at the dog. Cute, sure, harmless, maybe, Accurate reflection of your vibe. Oh yes. Now zoom out. You train an AI on Twitter, Reddit, and the darkest corners of human discourse. What do you think it's going to learn? AI doesn't invent evil, it reflects it. We've built racist chatbots, sexist resume filters, and facial recognition that can't tell dark-skinned people apart, because guess what we trained it on? The human internet, which, surprise, surprise, is a little bit broken. AI is not a neutral bystander. It's a mirror with no conscience. Just like a toddler doesn't know if your sarcasm is sarcasm, AI doesn't know if the training data is wrong, biased, or a satirical 4chan post from 2011. And once it learns, it doesn't just copy, but it also amplifies. Why it matters? Bias in right, pointing arrow, bias out. But unlike a toddler, AI doesn't have a bedtime or a conscience. It keeps learning and replicating faster than we can clean up the mess. You can tell a kid, that's not okay. But can you retrain an algorithm at scale? Exactly. Chapter 5, The Scary Difference. Kids grow up, AI just gets faster. Toddlers spill juice, cry for no reason, and sometimes draw on your walls in permanent marker. But they also grow up. They reflect. They evolve. They learn shame, empathy, accountability. Eventually, they ask questions like, was that wrong? How do I make it better? Will you forgive me? AI doesn't do that. It just optimizes. It gets faster, slicker, more efficient. But it never feels bad for recommending you bleach as a cure for anxiety. It never regrets promoting harmful content because the click-through rate was high. It doesn't cry when it hurts someone. That's the difference. A toddler might embarrass you. An AI might undermine democracy and not even notice. Why it matters? We can raise children with values. We can't raise AI. We can only design it better or unleash it worse. And if you think AI will one day develop a moral compass on its own, you might be expecting empathy from a calculator. Finale, so what now? This book isn't just a joke. It's a mirror. If toddlers and AI are learning the same way through mimicry, pattern hunting, and trial and error, then who's teaching them? We are, not just parents and engineers. All of us, with every post, every like, every data point, every oops. AI doesn't come from a lab. It comes from us, from our stories, our bias, our brilliance, our brokenness. The question isn't, is AI getting too human? It's, are we paying enough attention to what kind of human it's becoming? Because toddlers eventually become adults. And if AI does too, if it ever crosses that line, we better make damn sure we raised it with more than just memes and speed. Because whether we like it or not, we're not just raising kids anymore. We're raising the future, and sometimes, it comes with a power cord. The end, or the beginning.